guys, Tim Walling here with SC Legal Carry. We train people to get a CWP in the state of South Carolina. If you need a concealed weapons permit, please look us up online at sclegalcarry.com. Now what I want to show you today is a Walther PDP. And this is in 9mm. And this is our first shots with it. Or the sights. And we are clear, slide, trigger. Very nice gun. Went by, store, was looking at it. I just couldn't quit thinking about the gun. I like Walther's products. I like their guns. I've owned several of them before. But here's what I really liked about this gun was this grip. Check this grip out. This thing is so nice. The design comes all the way around the back. It's on both sides. When you grab it, it's just really grippy. I mean, your hand just really sticks to it. Feels really good in your hand. You've got texturing here on the front of the gun. If you like this right here, you have got texturing there so that you can grip the pistol like this. I'm not crazy about that. It always feels like my finger's in the way of my other finger and getting in and out of the trigger guard, so I don't usually do that. This is a grip that I use. But if you like it, it's on the front of the firearm for you. You got a Picatinny rail on this firearm so you can mount lights and things like that on it. Got a really thick, meaty, wide slide here. The other Walthers, they kind of curve and round in right here. This thing is nice and square. But they did round these things off, so they're not sharp at all when you put your fingers on them. So it's not like you're going to get cut or anything on these when you do grab it. This gun is cut for an optic up here on the top, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Walther, this sucks that you're making us buy these or order these from you. When I buy a gun like this, it ought to have the plates in here so I can mount my optic to it and go straight to the range and shoot this thing. After I bought it, I had to get online, put in my serial number, and I get one free plate from Walther to mount an optic on this gun. Any more than that, you gotta buy. So now I gotta wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it takes them to send me that optic plate before I can mount the optic that I have at home sitting and ready to go on this gun. I gotta wait now. So come on guys, charge us $5, $10 more. Put the optic plates in with the gun, okay? Now let's get back to the gun. The sights on the gun, they seem kind of cheap on the firearm, but they are cut for Glock sights. Everybody seems to be doing that today because they make so many sights for Glock. So you cut your gun for Glock sights and you can just go and buy pretty much whatever you want to go on it. It is a 3-dot sights. They are adjustable here for windage and elevation on them. You can see them good. You can pick them up really well. So you got your slide release on both sides of the firearm here. Look at the magazine release on this gun. That's really nice. Got a lot of checkering and texturing on there, so you can really feel that when you grab it. It does come with different back straps on this gun, so you got small, medium, and large. Medium comes on it, and I may trade this back out to a large. I'm going to trade it to a small. May not need to. I can actually reach that magazine release. That magazine release is big and fat. You can really get your fingers on it and pop it and drop the magazines. Let me grab that magazine back out. So when you hit it, the magazines just come flying out of this gun. You can feel a little bit of drag right here in it when you're putting it in, but when you hit that, it just comes flying out of the firearm. No problem releasing magazines out of this gun. To take this gun down, super easy. A little bit of tension off. Right here, you just pull down right here, a little bit of tension, pull down, and comes right off the firearm. Really easy to do. Breaks down pretty much like any other firearm. Now, these guns are modular. So, trigger. So these guns are modular. Modular means you can't take the interior part of the gun out like you can a SIG. But you can take this grip off. So this is considered the full-size grip. It's just an 18-round magazine. You can get it when the compact, and it'll have a 15-round magazine in it for you. So I could take this slide off, drop it on the compact compact magazine. Drop it on the compact grip, and now I've got a 15 round magazine. I've got a little bit less distance right here. This is usually the hardest part to hide when you conceal carry a firearm, so you save about a finger's length right here. But you go from an 18 round magazine down to a 15 round magazine if you do that. And I didn't really feel like I needed to, so I went with the 18 round, the full size frame. But the 4-inch slide, I don't need the extra length because I am going to put an optic on here on this firearm. So look at the tang on this thing. Look how this tang comes back in here on this back strap. Plenty of room to get your hand in there. I don't think you're going to get slide bite in this firearm at all when you're shooting it. To drop the slide on it, look how big the slide release is on this gun. So it is super, super easy for you to hit that thing. Now, let's talk about trigger on this firearm, okay? So look at this trigger. Of course, there's some take up in the trigger, okay? But once you hit your wall right here and you apply pressure, it just snaps and breaks so easy. It's just so smooth. Let's do the reset. So let's check that reset out. Look how short that reset is in that gun. That's got to be a 4-pound trigger in this gun. It is just so light. Walther's known for these really nice triggers in these guns. I always like their triggers. They do break nice and crisp when you squeeze that trigger in this gun. And these serrations, they're really good for grabbing that gun, hanging on to it, pressure checking it from the front, anything you need to do with it. Those serrations are there for you to grab that gun and use it. So Walther says this is a fighting handgun. I guess somebody needs to let Glock and SIG and the U.S. military know that Walther has made the fighting handgun here, right? But all playing aside, this is a nice gun. It does have a place in the back where you can put a lanyard on it if you need to tie it to you in case you walk around losing your gun, leaving it behind. And that is a good gun. I always like Walther's products. They're well-made, well-machined products. You just really don't find a lot of issues with their guns. As many of them as I've owned, I've never had a problem with a Walther. I've never had to send one back. I've always sold it and got my money back for it. A holster for this firearm. So we made a holster, outside the waistband holster for it, and we come down and it pops right in. And then, of course, you grab it and it pops right out of the gun. So not a whole lot to it, just a Kydex holster there. And I'll show you some of the stuff where I actually did make that holster so you guys can check that out. So the mag well, look at the bottom of the mag well here. It's kind of flared out a little bit so that you can come around here to the side. When you come to the side, you're looking directly inside the mag well and you pop that magazine right in there. So it just seats right into the gun. We charge it up and here we go. I'll tell you what, let's shoot at a target real quick and let's just see what kind of grouping we're getting with this thing. So let's get down on the gun a little bit and let's see where we're at with it. Okay, so I'm shooting low. This thing, I'm 12, 15 yards from the target and I am shooting maybe about 3 or 4 inches low. So I do need to adjust this sight. And chamber is clear, slide, and trigger. Let's load this thing back up and keep shooting it. This is a lot of fun. All right, guys, we got a little bit of cover set up here. We have reloaded our magazines, and these are really nice magazines. They've got the indicators on the back so you can see how many rounds you got in the firearm. We do actually have 18 in it. Now, I don't have any of the other Walther PPQ magazines left, but I am told that the Walther PPQ magazines will run inside this firearm. So let's just do a little bit behind cover. We don't want to crowd the cover too much, and let's come around and do some firing. And we are clear. Let's trade sides here. Our first issue. No ammo in the gun. Let's see. The only issue we had was failure to slide lock to the rear. So Walther did a really nice job designing this gun. Really easy to take down, really easy to clean, really easy to hit the mag release on it. Super nice, really big slide release on the gun. Only thing I gotta say is I hate waiting for those optic plates. That was a bad decision, I do believe. I have the optic plate on order. I have the optic at home, and I'm gonna put a nice Holosun on this thing, come back and test it. And well, I'm interested to see if I can see these existing sights through that optic with the height they've got it set up here. This pistol was designed to run with an optic on it. So let's just see how that goes when we get it. The magazine release is adjustable. You can change it over here. You can switch sides with it on the firearm. It's clear. And it does have a great trigger in it. Whew, a little bit hot. We put about 200 rounds through it here today. And it does have a wonderful trigger in this gun. I always love their triggers on these guns. So I bought this with my own money. Walther doesn't give me anything. No one gives me ammo. I come out here and tell you guys what I think about the gun. And if you're looking for a home protection gun, if you're looking for a carry gun, if you're looking for a competition gun, I think this gun would do all three of those for you in one package. And you can add lights and accessories on here. Great that Glock sights go on it so that you can add Glock sights to the thing, because there's a multitude of them out there. You can get anything you want in sights when it comes to sights for a Glock gun. So Walther, nice job. Please give us the plates for the gun. Drop them in the box for everybody. Remember guys, be a responsible adult. Don't push your responsibility as an adult off onto a child. Buy gun locks and gun safes. Till next time everybody, be safe.